Boli Shri Sita Ramchandra ki jai. Blessings to you, Devki Sukram. Devotees, once again we've assembled in this wonderful mandir to participate meaningfully in this evening of devotion. The Bhakti, Sangeet, Bhajan and Kirtan group, while your puja was in progress, they performed wonderful bhajans. Their leader, Mr. Dheeraj Singh, Marigold Motilal and Mrs. Singh, and the tabla by the very talented Vishal Motilal with PA. As you heard, we have with us the distinguished senator, a man well known, very simple yet very powerful, and very sincere in the promotion of righteousness and good life and living, Bhai Derup Timal and his Dharam Patni Geeta ji. Blessings to you all. The puja was performed by Pandit Satyam Kesho Maharaj, and we all know he's always on time and very efficient. We also have with us today Pandit Varish, Pandit Vinayak, as well as Pandit Chandradev Dubey. So devotees, everything is in place for the commencement of this evening discourse. We start with invocation prayer. First of all, Ramayana Arti, then we go to invocation prayer. So sab koi khara ho jaye, please all stand as we engage in Ramayana Arti.
Sariya जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
प्रेम से बोले श्री सीताराम चंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोले श्री गुरु महाराज की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की। आसन लीजिए, बी सीटेड डिवोटीज। Invocation prayer. Focus upon the comely form of Maryada Purushottam Bhagwan Shri Ram. And Om Tat Sat, He Ram Shri Ram, Jai Shri Sita Ram. We join in prayer. Om Varnanamartra Sanghanam Rasanam Chandasamapi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Viswasarupinam Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddha Swanthastamishwaram. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnanayam Shalakaya Chakshulam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Achinta Rupa Charite Devi Sarva Shatru Vinashini Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi. Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Neelam Bhuj Shamal Ko Malangam Sita Samaro Pitabam Bhagam Pano Maha Sayakacharu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvan Sanatham. Shri Guru Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Balam Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar. सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम। हे नाथ मम संकट हरो हरि। ओम हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। ओम हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। ओम हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। बोले श्री सीताराम चंद्र की। भजन कीर्तन। हे राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। बोलो
राम राम जय राजा राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
हे राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय
राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। बोलो
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
भय हर मंगल दशरथ राम, जय जय मंगल सीताराम। राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। बोलो
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
मंगल कर जय मंगल राम, संगत शुभ विभ बोधय राम। आनंद अमृत वर्ष कराम, आश्रित वत्सल जय जय राम। राम राम जय
राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
हे राम राम जय
राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
हे रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। राम राम जय सीताराम। ओ रघुपति राघव
राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। बोलो
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
हे राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय बोलो राम।
राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय बोलो राम।
हे राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम। We continue to glorify Bhagwan. Simple kirtan again. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम।
O Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम।
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम
Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya 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 Jaya Ram.
O Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
O Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
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 Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Balram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram
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 Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Om Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram
Ram Ram.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Jai Jai Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram
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 Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Jai Jai Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Om Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Our attention, our entire focus should be upon Bhagwan Shri Ram. Bow and arrow in either hand, quiver on his back. Dressed in bright yellow, long arms, broad chest. The moment devotees, we continue to come to the mandir or we focus upon the life of Sri Ram, when we hear the name Ram, it should do something to us. It should do something to us. As Swami Vivekananda put it so beautifully in talking about the Guru and his followers. He said that follower, the moment he heard the voice of the Guru, he sees the form of the Guru, he hears anything about the Guru, it does some kind of tremendous reaction within him. It excites him, and immediately he feels a connection with the Guru. That is what it's all about. The Murti is there to help us in concentration, to build that connection between Atma and Paramatma, then becomes more meaningful. So devotees, this is Sri Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. The bow is the bow of discrimination. The arrows represent the spiritual practices, and the quiver on his back, Nirmal Man. Yellow is the color of asceticism, among other things. And devotees, the description of broad chest, long arms, reminds us of how important our health is. No matter how much we love to pray, if we're not healthy, we can't do anything in life. That's why health is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, wealth. Because devotee, without that, life becomes painful and miserable. So Bhagwan is giving us a whole package by his own symbolism. Therefore, we should look at what we eat, what we think, what we drink, and so much more. Remember, what are the three critical factors for success? Prayatna, Kal, Ram, Kripa. Self-effort, self-sacrifice, not animal sacrifice, self-sacrifice. Time force. This is what, and the grace of Sri Ram. So devotees, and the quiver is back at Nirmal Man. Sri Ram is saying, whatever we do when it comes to him or to spirituality, it must be done with purity. And our religion says, Satyam, Saucham, Daya, Dan. Wherever you go, it's all around us. So devotees, purity. Bhagwan Sri Ram sing with a guileless purpose, as he told Shivari. And so many others, you experience divine bliss and ecstasy. Devotees, whether you light a diya, whether you say a mantra, whether you do puja, there must be some kind of feelings. It should be done with bhav, emotion and devotion. And then you get the true satisfaction. Yeah? This is what the quiver on the back represents. And just as you shoot the arrow from the bow with proper aim, it hits the target, so too your prayer. Whatever you do in the way of spiritual sacrifices will bring the desired result. Prem se bole Shri Sita Ramachandra ki. And now we go straight to our discourse. Uttarkand, Sugriv, Adi sab banaro ki bidai. Devotees, the war is over. Satyamev jayate. No matter how long it takes, truth and truth alone will prevail. And so, what happened? Many things. At the point of the katha, we come to what Tulsidas is saying to you and I. Bhagwan Sri Ram is totally pleased with the sacrifice of those bears and monkeys who were devatas in that form. We're not going to all of them. We've explained them before. And now devotees, he's standing up before them as a proud leader. And they are listening with eager ears, attention, and hear the words of Bhagwan Sri Ram. He Sakhao, he Sakhao. Ab griha jasu sakha sabha, bhajahu mohi dridhane, o Rama bhajahu mohi dridhane. Sada sarvagata sarvahita, karahu ati prem siya, pati Ramachandra ji ki jai sharanam. हे सखाओ, अब सब घर चले जाओ, सब घर चले जाओ, यहाँ भी दृढ़ नियम से मेरा भजन करना, मुझे सराही व्यापक सबका हितैषी समझकर अधिक स्नेह करते रहना. Devotees, Bhagwan Sri Ram is speaking. I will not interrupt his speech. Let's say what Tulsidas is saying, and then I will explain and interpret. So, प्रभु श्री राम बोले कि हे सखाओ, मेरी वचन सुनिए. सुने प्रभु वचन मगन सब भयाओ, कह मैं कहा बिसरे तनु गयाओ. जय राम श्री राम जय जय
Shri Ram,
एकता कर रहे राम, एकता कर रहे जोड़ी कर आगे, कही न सकही कछु अति अनुरागे, अति अनुरागे रामायति अनुरागे, कही न सकही कछु अति अनुरागे। जय राम श्री राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम
जय राम, जय जय राम।
श्री राम जी के वचन सुन सब प्रेम मग्न हो गए। हम कौन है, हम कौन है, कहाँ है, यहाँ शरीर की सुर भूल गई। वे हाथ जोड़ टकटका लगा प्रभु को देखते हुए रह गई। इतना अधिक प्रेम का था कहने नहीं बनता। सो हे भाई लोग सुनिए। परम प्रवीण नित करे प्रभु देखा, कहा विविध विधि ज्ञान विशेखा, जय राम श्री राम,
जय जय राम।
प्रभु सन मुख कछु कहे न पारही, प्रभु सन मुख कछु, प्रभु सन मुख कछु कहे न पारही, कहे न पारही। पुण्य पुण्य चरण सरोजने आरही, जय राम
श्री राम, जय जय राम।
जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। प्रभु ने उन सब का अधिक प्रेम देख नाना प्रकार से ज्ञान का अधिक उपदेश दिया। वे प्रभु के सामने कुछ कह न सके, बारंबार उनके चरार बिंदों को देखते हैं। सो हे भाई लोग सुनिए। तप प्रभु भूषण बसन मंगाए, नाना रंग राम नाना रंग रूप सुहाए, जय राम श्री राम, श्री राम
जय राम।
सुग्रीव ही प्रथम ही पहिराये, सुग्रीव ही प्रथम ही, सुग्रीव ही प्रथम ही पहिराये, भरत बसन राम, भरत बसन निज हाथ बनाए, हाथ बनाए। जय राम श्री राम, श्री राम जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम श्री राम, जय राम जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय राम, जय जय राम, जय जय राम। तब प्रभु ने गहने और वस्त्र मंगाए जो रंग बिरंगे अनुपम और शोभायमान थे। भरत ने अपने हाथ से संभाल कर वे वस्त्र पहिन सुग्रीव को पहिनाए। सो हे भाई लोग सुनिए। प्रभु प्रेरित लक्ष्मण पहिराये, लंका पति रघुपति मन भाये, जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम राम, अंगद बैठे राम, अंगद बैठे रहे नहीं डोले, प्रीति प्रीति देख प्रभु ताहि, न बोले राम ताहि न बोले। जय राम श्री राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय 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 राम, राम राम जय जय राम। फिर रामचंद्र जी की प्रेरणा से भैया लक्ष्मण विभीषण को आभूषण पहनाए जो राम जी को अच्छे लगे। अंगद चुप बैठ रहे, हटे तक नहीं। उनकी प्रीति देख भगवान उनसे बोल नहीं। सो हे भाई लोग सुनिए। जामयवंत नीलादि सब पहिराये रघुनाथ, जामवंत बनादि सब पहिराये रघुनाथ, दिया धरे राम स्वरूप सब चलनाये पदमाथ सिया पते रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम। कब अंगद उठे नाय शिर सजल नयन कर जोरी अति विनीत बोले वचन मन हो प्रेम रस बोरी सिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम. Stay focused on Bhagwan Shri Ram. He is speaking to his devotees, really to you and I. And devotees is a beautiful analogy given. If many voices, and there are many voices crying out and calling out to us for attention, and you want to listen to just the voice of one, maybe your child, how will you hear the voice of your child when there's so many voices competing with the voice of your child? The sages say very simple. Do like that child, that mother whose child is singing in the choir. All the voices sing the same. But she wants to hear the voice of her child because that is what will give her satisfaction. So the sages say, drown the voices of everyone except the voice of your child. I shall hear the voice of your child and experience supreme delight. So too in this world, devotees, the lessons for you and I, many voices are competing for our time, our attention. Which voice are you paying attention to? And you know how important that is? In other words, who you're listening to? Here, devotees, the voice of the divine, the voice of truth, the voice that cares, the voice that shows love, the voice that you trust, the voice of God, Bhagwan Shri Ram. Let us chant his name. They will always try in our own way not to allow any other voice that is negative or misleading to cause us to fall back. Because Bhagwan put us here not to suffer but to prosper, not to go backward but to go forward. And it's up to you and I, based on the thoughts we have, the action we perform, and the choices we make. And in this case, the voice we are listening to. Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Bolo Jai Ram, Shri Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Shri Ram, Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Bolo
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram.
Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram.
Raja Ram, Raja Ram, Raja Ram.
Raja Ram, Raja Ram, Raja Ram.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram, 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 Ram.
Ram, 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 Ram.
Om Ram, 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 Ram.
Ram, 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 Ram.
Lift your hand. water. It can only take so much. There's room for nothing else. So too, empty your heart of everything else and flood it with the presence and the name of Sri Ram. And you will see it's for our good, for our development, for our upliftment. Devotees, it creates positive vibration, divine energies, and that's what we need to counteract the negativities facing us on a daily basis. So we join. Ram 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 Hey Ram 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 So bolo Ram bolo Ram bolo Ram Hey Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hey Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Hey Raja Ram Raja Ram Raja Ram So Ram 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 Hey Ram 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 Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Ho Sita Ram He Raja Ram Jai Shri Ram Prem se bole Shri Prabhu Ramchandra ki. So devotees, what did I just read? As I said, the battle is over, the mission has been successful, is completed, and devotees, normally when there is success, you think of celebration. But before anything could happen, Bhagwan Sri Ram, immediately he summoned them and he began to address them. He says, Hey Sakhao, sab ghar chale jao. I want you now to leave here and return to your homes. They had performed that duty, it was over, it's time to move on. And that simple statement, go back to your home, says a lot. One, you left your families. You came to join me in this pursuit of the destruction of Ravan. I am grateful. It has been successful. Now you cannot turn your back on your family or your duty. Return home. Bhagwan is showing how important family is, how important duty is. And Bhagwan Krishna will speak 18 chapters, 700 verses, and at the end of it, Arjun, stop being a coward, a cry baby. Pick up your weapons, face the challenge, and when you overcome it, you will be successful and happy. There's no doubt about it. So devotees, Bhagwan doesn't want us to run from our responsibility, our duties. And we all have various duties in various ways, depending on the capacities and so on, and the relationship you have. I can't go into all of that. But it shows how important family is. And I'll give you an example on a situation that brings out very forcefully family. Devotees, there was this married man. He had his wife and children. He had his parents alive. So he wanted to find out what is the most beautiful thing on the face of this earth. And if you were asked that question, what would be your response? So he found it very confusing. What is the most beautiful thing? So he left home and he began to roam the forests, the highways and byways, as we say. He met a soul there. Oh, soldier bhai, what is the most beautiful thing on the face of this? You say peace, shanti. Nothing is better, more beautiful than peace. I've seen too many widows and orphans and children crying and bloodshed and violence. No, 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 no. Shanti, shanti, shanti. The most beautiful thing is peace. You agree? So you heard that? He said, let me find out from others. He met a sadhu, holy man. Hey, sadhuji, what is the most beautiful thing on this earth? Sadhu said, Beta, Shraddha. Nothing is more powerful and more beautiful than faith. If you don't have that faith, you can't live. And faith, to put a simple example, he said our effort will take us to the foot of the mountain, but our faith will make us climb it. A tree cannot grow without the roots. A man cannot live without faith. What are you holding on to? So one saying peace, one saying faith. Now, it's not a case of who right and wrong, you know. So he said, let me try one person now. And based on what he answered, then I will know what to do. Further in the forest, he saw a mother. God bless all mothers. All mothers, God bless them. Including Mother Earth, Gauma, Gangama, Vedmata, Divine Mother. Always give them the best that you have. You keep the worst for yourself. And I insulted nobody, and I'm telling you what you should do. If you don't want it, fine. So he saw this mother sitting under a tree. The chulha lighting, the tawa there, and roti on top it, and children sitting around her in a circle. It's a beautiful sight to behold, to see this kind of situation, mother and children and so on. Very pleasing. So he said, Ma, what is the most beautiful thing on the face of this earth? What would you say, Ma? She said, Beta, love. Nothing is more beautiful than love. So here he now in this situation. One is saying peace, one is saying faith, and one is saying love. What should he believe? What should he do? What should he follow? So he said, you know what? Let me return. I've spent a long, long time away from my home. My wife may be worried, my children and my parents. And I didn't come to give them worries. I came to give them happiness. So after many hours, he returned home. The moment he entered the doorway, his children, realizing he had returned, they ran and they hugged him and said, Daddy. He felt good. Children hugging you. Good thing. Then the wife came. She bowed, prostrated, and said, Swami, oh Master. She bowed upon his feet. Good to see you. Happy to see you. We were worried. Then the parents came. They placed their hand over his head and said, Beta, Sara jite raho, Sara sukhi raho. May you live long and be happy. In that one brief encounter with these three different peoples, he experienced love, he experienced all the rest that I told you about. And then he said, for the entire world, that, oh man, oh people, is my firm conviction that the most beautiful thing on the face of this earth is family. Now, I can imagine somebody sitting there. You don't know who your father is. Not the bad side, but the truthful side. Realistic. Mother ball you up, buff you up, or whatever it might be. I don't know. And anyway, let's say they are dysfunctional families and their children coming from such a home. You think they will support and agree what I'm saying here? But then I take it to a different level. That's one level. If my family, my home life, my blood relative is not what it should be, then the sages give us a way out. You come to the mandir, the members in the temple, they are your family. And I want to say this to all of you, devotees, that you see, the temple family is a very important family. We have seen now where there are lots of problems in families. Sometimes your own will not stand at your side, and especially if there's a death or whatever. But you see, member of the temple, they'll bring things. Others do it, but I'm showing you what I know firsthand, and you could also support it or deny it. They come, they sit, and they sing. They offer you words of consolation, words of advice, words of inspiration, and they come throughout to make you, that difficult time, to make you overcome it easily. Temple members do that. Then if something happens to your home, they come willingly and they help in some form or fashion. That also is a family. So don't turn away from the temple family. Become a member of the temple family. Now, nobody in any temple tell me say that, and that's what we see. So that's another family we should bear in mind. The temple are part of the community. Then from the metaphysical point of view, we are told, Satya Mata Pita Jnanam. We'll all lose our mother or father one day, brother, sister, etc. I'll just give you mother and father alone. Satya Mata. If my mother passes away, then Satya Mata, truth becomes my mother. Satya Mata Pita Jnanam, knowledge is my father. As long as I practice truth and I acquire pure knowledge for transformation, not just for information, my parents are with me. And there are many who live like that. What are you holding on to? We'll all lose our parents one day. So what will you hold on to, devotees? Satya Mata Pita Jnanam. And you keep on going forward in life. So devotees, Bhagwan Sri Ram says, return to your homes. And we all know how important the home is. I don't want to speak about that now. From experience, you would see and you would know. And what you do there, don't just go there, rock in a hammock, and only call for food. Do something meaningful. Waha dridh niyam se mera bhajan karna. There, engage your life meaningfully in constructive activities. And there are many constructive activities we can all engage in. Devoted, I gave some last night. I don't want to go into that again. But we all need to make maximum use of our time in constructive ways, and in so doing, we can make life make sense. And one of the things he said, bhajan karna, meaning your spiritual growth and development. And devotees, two important points on this. Man is a spiritual being. We have the body, which is physical, but the soul, the atma, within, we can't go into the yogic view of the body with all the sheets and so on. But all of those are important things. I'm just throwing it out. Perhaps I may stimulate your imagination or curiosity. I may want to go back and say, what we say about the yogic view of the body? Let me go and check out that. And then something good would have come out of it. You understand what the yag does? We can't go into details. Sorry, devotees, but all the time. So bhajan karna. Man is a spiritual being. Devotees, Mahatma Gandhi puts it beautifully. There are four aspects to a man's life. There are four angles of a square. You have the spiritual side, the social side, the mental, intellectual, and then you have the physical. If a square is twisted, you rectify one angle and all the others fall into place. Because all the angles of a square are right angles. You go check it, do it when you go home. Then, from the body point of view, life point of view, when your life is not going the way you want it to go, rectify the spiritual angle. And all the other angles will fall into place. Now, these are just words. But when you put them into practice, then you see the benefit of it. I could give you the recipe for a wonderful dish, and you will never know the taste of it until you make it. So the same thing here. We're giving you recipes. You have to now make the dish. And then eat the dish. Enjoy it. And bring some for me too. It's your choice. Devotee, the other point to bear in mind why spirituality is important. It has been shown very conclusively that in times of adversity, there's a problem now, things hard, trouble, he who is spiritually strong is better prepared to withstand the lampooning and lambasting and the buffeting of the adversities of the situation that confront you. In other words, when you're spiritually strong, you can face anything, man. You're good to go. You're good to go. And how to become spiritually strong? Here is where you have it, the opportunity. Always see the temple beside the family as an opportunity for your spiritual growth and development among many other things. You know where Ramayana really started, devotees? When Sita Ma saw Sri Ram in the flower garden of her father, what did she do? She went in the temple of Girija, Parvati Ma, and she put her hands together, and before Ma, she began to pray to Divine Mother. And we all know she placed her forehead upon the feet of the Murti. The mala fell upon her head. She looked up, the Murti smiled and spoke and said, "He upon whom you have set your heart shall be yours, that you shall be married to Sri Ram." And from there, Ramayana started like that. So Ramayana started in the temple under the feet of Parvati Ma and from the heart of Sita Ma. Now that's another way to look at it. Think of it. You don't lose in the service of the Lord. And then if you say you lose, remember time is cyclical. What I didn't get now or today, I'll get tomorrow. So devotees, leave it on experience and you'll see what I'm talking about. So he says, go back home, do your duty, but don't forget me. Don't forget the Lord. And the bhajan brings it out beautifully, that our mothers were saying long time with the shak, and the 2 spoon, and the lota, and the dhantal, and the dholak. Well, we have all that here, but we'll try our own way. So let's try and do that now, devotees. Ram bhajo sab kaam tajo fire, Ram bhajo sab kaam tajo fire, ऐसा जन मन पावोगे हा, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, ऐसा जन मन पावोगे, ऐसा जन मन पावोगे राम, ऐसा जन मन पावोगे हा, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, ऐसा जन मन पावोगे हा। ये सब है स्वार्थ के संगी, बिगड़े काम न आवोगे, बर भाग्य मानुष तन पायो, बर भाग्य मानुष तन पायो, बिरथा जन्म गवाओगे हर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, ऐसा जन मन पावोगे हा। एक दिन श्री रामचंद्र बिन सिर ढूनी ढूनी पछताओगे हा, सूर श्याम प्रभु आश चरण की, सूर श्याम प्रभु आश शरण की, अंत समय दुख पाओगे हर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, ऐसा जन मन पाओगे राम, ऐसा जन मन पाओगे हर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, राम भजो सब काम तजो फिर, ऐसा जन मन पाओगे हर। Devotees, Pitaji put this message of Sri Ram in very simple, powerful words that have remained with all of us who knew him and who heard him, who associated with him. Shankaracharya, God bless him, and Mataji. He said, if you want to wear the garment of kindness, Such symbolism, such powerful words. If you want to wear the garment of kindness. If you want to take blessings. If you want to go by the satsang. And he went on and on. Many such comments. To inspire, to remind us about how we should live and what we should do. When Sri Ram spoke so lovingly and so sincerely to them, devotees, you know what the truth and can do to one? Words have connotation, denotation, words have emotion, words have vibration. And you could tell when someone is doing it from the depths of their heart and they mean what they say and they're living it also. I could say the best things to you and I'm not living any one of that. And that's the different devotees. That's why we have to be mindful of those whom we bow to and who we listen to, and etc. I don't want to go into that. You might start condemning people. But it makes no sense. I tell you pray and I'm not praying. Let the father say, boy, I tell you stop smoking by he's so. The father say, but I tell you stop drinking by and he doing so. He has lost it. He has no moral suasion, no moral compulsion to tell me not to do it. When you're doing it, no, I have to live it. And when I live it, then when I say it, I mean it. And those who are operating at the same level of vibration, they will experience it and they will capture it and they will live it and they will see the difference. Devotees, talking nice doesn't make me nice. I'm not saying to talk nice. Talking nice doesn't make me nice. And we all always have to bear in mind, as the saying goes, actions speak louder than words. And devotees, we need to be guided by these powerful statements. And this example is being given. Bhagwan Sri Ram is speaking of the welfare of his people. Genuine care and concern, not fooling them. And so devotees, they were spellbound. There was a certain joy inside that they couldn't express in words. And all in that they could say inside of them, Hum kaun hai. Hum kaun hai. Who am I? In other words, look at what Sri Ram is saying. This is my Lord and Master. My parents gave me birth. He gave me the gift of life. And here I came and I served him. I know what he is saying to us. He owes us an eternal debt of gratitude. Janam janam muni yatan karai antaram ke awat na. He sages born die, and they don't see the Lord. They didn't hear his voice. Today we are seeing him, we served him, we have the opportunity, and so many things, wonderful experiences we have had. So who am I really? Devotees, that's $1 million question. We answered part of it in a way that we are not the body with a soul, we are the soul with a body. We are Sat, Chit, Anand, May, Swarup. That's who we are. We have the nature of divine truth, divine bliss, and divine consciousness. The Upanishads give a beautiful example. Take a pot of milk, put it over the fire, while you're lighting fire. The fire heats the pot, which heats the milk. Remove the fire or remove the pot. The milk becomes cool. So the milk in the accompaniment of the fire becomes hot. Away from the fire, it is cool. Whether it's milk or water, whatever you want. So too man's nature is to be calm, Satchit Anandmay Swarup, the nature of divine truth, divine bliss, and divine consciousness. So when we show hate and anger and all of these negative tendencies, that's not our true nature. So how can we be happy? And you know what, devotees? I mentioned before, 70% of visits by people to doctors is because they have some kind of ailment. And the cause of the ailment, remember, sickness is psychosomatic. It stems from a sick mind. And if I heal the mind through meditation, yoga, and music therapy, we spoke about that last night, then it will be well. But then each day, it's the same thoughts we have. Oh God, the government. Oh God, the rain. Oh God, the water. Oh God, the flood. Oh God. And so we go in. So how can we be better? It will not happen. I have to change my thoughts. When I change the way I think, I change the person I become. Transformation comes from inside. Begin within. So devotees, they're saying, Hum kaun hai? That question, we should all sit down and think. Am I a bag of bones? Do I suffer from the victim home syndrome? Do I see myself as a spark of the divine? How do I see myself? That is so vital, so important. Devotees, and there's a little incident on that. There was this village where this rat, his life was in danger. Wherever he went, there was a cat. And cat and rat don't talk, not friends. They use animals by referring to you know who. I wouldn't say. You know who. Who are you talking to who? Before you leave here, holy person and say, Sita, I'm sorry, girl, forgive me now, let me move on now. We're keeping that inside you for you're getting more sick. But it's your choice. It's your choice. So this rat wasn't happy at all because of this cat. So he went to a holy man. Well, that's a good thing, eh? Remember, you must always go to Guruji and holy people, genuine one, eh? And they'll advise you accordingly. So, this is my problem, Baba. This cat is humbugging me. So what do you want? What do you want me to do? He said, well, make me a cat now. So Guruji had that power. He transformed the rat into a cat. He thought all will be well. But very soon, cat and dog don't talk. And in that village, the dog population began to grow. So he now had a real problem. Wherever he went was a woof-woof from him. So he couldn't take it. He went back to Guruji. He said, Guruji, sorry to humbug you, but oh God, pressure. I can't take it no more as a cat. Those dogs are making my life problematic. Make me into a dog, Guruji. So Guruji had the power. He made him into a dog. Devotees, dogs have a habit. Long ago we were talking when you had machan and chulhan thing. So when this lady well managed the potting with the raki and the fiber from the coconut shell, and she put the pot there, he gone put his mouth inside it. Well, she got so annoyed. And one thing about my mothers, all our mothers, they're good with the bill in their hand. Eh? She fell the bill and hit him. Connect him good. Well, how he's at a ball, I can't even say it. So he said, nah. Then beside that, people would stone him and pelt him and he would hardly get food and so on. So he ran back to Guruji. Guruji, I can't take it. No, being a dog ain't worth it. So what do you want? He said, well, make me the big hearty. Make me a big mighty elephant that when I walk, the earth will tremble and animals will run for their life. They'll be afraid of me. Guruji said, you really want to be an elephant? But he said, yeah. So Guruji transformed him into an elephant. We all know you could talk to an elephant. You'll be surprised to know what's happening to the elephant population. What we are doing as human beings. It's unbelievable, but we can't speak about animal rights and animal protection now. But it's a serious topic. So devotees, they began to hunt him down. The poachers, they want the tusk. They want the ivory. For what? Jewelry. So when I go in shopping, I walk with that purse made from elephant tusk. Nice, eh? How nice. But that's, who wanted so? That's your choice. So devotees, his life was also in problems. He went back to Guru and said, Guru, it's not working as an elephant. Guru says, see you confused. You don't know what you want. And so, back to rat. What am I saying? He was getting progressively bigger and stronger, but was there a commensurate development with his brain, his mental capacity? It was still small. Where he sends a big body, nothing having a big body, eh? A big body with a small mind. And that's one of the problems. We are not growing, we are not expanding our consciousness. And this is what we need to do. So, hum kaun hai? I am divine consciousness. And so devotees, Tulsidas had written a wonderful little bhajan on that. He says, Tu na bhayo अपनाय अपना तू न भयो अपनाय अपना तू न भयो अपना. Who are you? Answer the devotees. Are man तू न भयो अपना. अरे मन तू न भयो अपना. तू न भयो अपना अपना. तू न भयो अपना अपना. तू न भयो अपना. अरे मन तू न भयो अपना. दौलत दुनिया माल खजाना. दौलत दुनिया दौलत दुनिया माल खजाना. सब है जग सपना. प्राण पुरुष जब ने किसी के भागे. प्राण पुरुष प्राण पुरुष जब ने किसी के भागे. खोरे खारे तपना. तुलसीदार जग सार यही है. राम नाम जपना. ओ राम नाम जपना. अरे मन तू न भयो अपना. तू न भयो अपना अपना. तू न भयो अपना अपना. तू न भयो अपना. अरे मन तू न भयो अपना. Devotees, the bhajan reminding us Tulsidas. Dawla dunya mal khajana. Yes, work hard. Yes, study, get your qualification. Yes, guess whatever it might be. But that doesn't determine who you are. That shouldn't identify who you are. That is just from a material point of view. Sri Ram says your wealth, your beauty, your finances, for your happiness. But for me, that means nothing. What matters? Prem. Satya Prem. So there is self-worth. We all know that. And there is Vajravat. Following me? No? Devotees, net worth. My net worth is all that I possess. So you could say, oh, I'm a billionaire because what my assets total $1 billion. But what's my self-worth? What's my self-worth? Self-worth is more important. And that's what we take with us life after life. If I learn in this life to be a kind person, a spiritual person, when I die, I take that to me in my next life. If in this life I'm a doctor, a professor, high, whatever it might be, when I die, that knowledge dies with me. We have to remember this, devotees. Why one child, when he's born, had a special quality about another one? Oh God, he like a wrestler. Violent and bad and all sorts of things. I'm not going to make anybody children. What is it? We're talking about self-worth and net worth. Our self-worth is more important, devotees. So this is what Sri Ram is saying, and for the benefit of all of us, who am I? What is important when I think of myself? How do I see myself? And we can go on and on. And you know, there's a beautiful thing. A guru said, he said, beta, and we have heard it so many times, you go funeral, you go Ramayana, and others will beat the point. I'll just put it this way. My dear people, have you ever seen a coffin with a cupboard? You know what I mean by that? The coffin has no cupboard, so why are you taking all your stuff and working so hard for? You take what you have inside. What is outside is for your children, or maybe whoever, whatever. These are the things to bear in mind. Hum kaun hai? Devotees. They fell flat on the ground. And devotees, all they could do is in their hearts, in their thoughts, their words, their deeds, everything they could think about, they surrendered that to the Lord. There's this thing called Sharanagati, self-surrender. Now when you're fighting, it's okay, I surrender, I hold a white flag. I don't mean that. Or boxing or what have you. You prostrate and everything you lay at the feet of the Lord. It is all yours, O Lord. I got it through your grace. And I could get more through your grace, but that's not what I want. I prefer, and as Arjuna showed us very carefully in the Barrackpore, they both approach Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, you can have me, but I'm not going to fight. Or you can have my army, and my army will kill. Arjuna and company said, we want you. He said, but Arjuna, I'm not going to fight. He said, I still want you. So what do you want, God or something from God? Oh yes, you could get both, but is it possible? And then I remember long ago growing up, the question was asked, do you want to be a king in hell or a servant in heaven? These are choices we have to make, devotees. So here they fell upon the ground in prostration, in self-surrender. And this is one of the powerful ways of service to the Lord and also experiencing divine bliss. You surrender to Him. Kaun hai mera, kaun hai tera. What is mine, what is yours? It's all yours, O Lord. We are here as travelers or tourists or visitors for a while. We use what there is and add to it, but we have to leave it one day. We all know that. I'm not going to go dwell much upon it. We know that, devotees. So instead now, let us do what they did. As we're about to conclude, devotees, you left your homes, you came to this temple. They are the murtis of the Lord. We all children from the Lord. He gave us the gift of life. And He said, think of me, serve me, honor me, worship me, and bow down to me. Let us now surrender to Him. We bow to Him. Ananya Bhakti. And we chant His name. Hey Ram, Hey Ram. And what do we want? Raksha karo Hey Ram. Hanuman Baba showed us how to pray in relation to Sri Ram. When he had burned part of Lanka, defeated Lankini, Singhika, Sursa, and done so many things that ordinary people couldn't do. When he returned and made Sita happy and brought a message of consolation, Sri Ram said, Hanuman, how were you able to do this? He said, Api Pratap. It was all done through your will and through your grace, O Lord. And that's what success is, the effort of the individual and the grace of God. Then Sri Ram says, Hanuman, I'm indebted to you. I search my mind, I search the world for something as a fitting reward to give you for the service you have rendered to me. But I'm indebted to you. When Sri Hanuman heard this, he fell upon the feet of Sri Ram and he uttered two words twice. And when you pray, devotees, I'm giving you the power of secret of prayer and the power of the prayer of Hanumanji. Twice Hanumanji with his forehead upon the feet of Sri Ram, he said, Raksha karo He Ram Ram, Raksha karo He Ram. When you pray, yes, pray for blessings. But will I get blessing if I don't perform the action? Pray for blessings. Pray for guidance. Will I get guidance if I go and live carelessly? Pray for help. Will I get help if I don't help myself? But protection. Bhagwan Ram Rakshak. Kiska kaun bhakshak? Sukh dene wale, dukh harne wale. Hanuman, whose name, when mentioned, removes fear. Today he is on the feet of Sri Ram and asking for protection. If he wants protection, what about you and I? Hey Ram, Hey Ram, Raksha karo, Hey Ram, Ram, Raksha karo, Hey Ram, Ram. Hey Ram, Hey Ram, Raksha karo, Hey Ram, Ram, Raksha karo, Hey Ram, Ram. अलख निरंजन भव भय भंजन अलख निरंजन भव भय भंजन रक्षा करो हे राम राम रक्षा करो हे राम हे राम रक्षा करो हे राम राम दया करो हे राम राम क्षमा करो हे राम राम कृपा करो हे राम. This is prayer, devotees. They have shown us the way to pray, Hanuman Baba. And so, while they were upon the feet of Sri Ram, devotee Sri Ram gave a sign to Sugriv, to Bibhishan. He said, go in the palace, because he couldn't go until the expiration of 14, but that's a whole topic by itself. He said, they have served me, they're now prostrating to me, they are pleased. I want to also give them something as a reward. And so go and bring all clothing of different descriptions and jewelry and what have you from the palace, and let them distribute it among these devotees of mine. And so devotees, they got clothing of all different types and descriptions and so on, and jewelry. And so he went up on the Pushpak Viman, the space chariot, and he began to shower it upon those monkeys who were all prostrating before Sri Ram. And imagine you're in prayer, devotees, and I would really like to see this happen, your reaction. You're in prayer, you hear pataks, a bera fall on your head. What you'll do? What you'll do? Then you feel a nice soft fabric on your soft hand. What you'll do? Devotees, Bhagwan Sri Ram, to cut the whole long thing short. This is a wonderful part of it, but I have to cut it because of time limitation. Devotees, Bhagwan decided, having blessed them, what more do you need when you are blessed by the Lord? Devotees decided to give them something monetary, something material, because this is the world in which we live. It's a material world. And so when they got these things, imagine how the monkeys and Tulsidas had a wonderful time. Shivaji explained to Goddess Parvati. Imagine these monks now began to put on a sari. Imagine me trying to put on a coat, trying to put on the earring and oh God. It was a beautiful sight to behold, devotees. Even Sri Ram smiled. And all of them who were there to see the devotees of the Lord engaging this. Now, if you want to make a serious point about this, if monkey interested in wearing sari, what are you and me? Huh? If the monkey wearing dhoti, what are you and I? But leave it there now. You understand? They are proud of the culture and the tradition and the religion. And so they are wearing these things to do what? To please the Lord. You know, you could dress to impress. You could dress and create commerce. You could dress and make a real mess. You could dress and cause stress. Oh God, leave it there. They dressed to please their Lord. And so, devotees, it was a wonderful encounter, a wonderful experience. I end my katha by informing you of this extremely important point that Sri Ram is demonstrating. Gratitude. We were all born indebted, not in sin. I'm not condemning anybody's belief. You believe what you want. Our scriptures say we were born indebted. We're indebted to God for the gift of life. We're indebted to our ancestors for all the rites and religion and the customs and traditions and so on they have preserved and passed on to others. We're indebted to our ancestors. They gave us our parents and so much more. We're indebted to saints and sages who compile a writing that today we could sit and read and get inspiration and motivation and upliftment. We're indebted to them, Tulsidas, Surdas, Mirabai, etc. We're indebted to our parents. They gave us so much that I can't even speak about right now. So much so the sages say we cannot repay our parents in 7 lives for what they did for us in 1 life. Think about it. We're indebted to the environment. Can we live without the sun, the moon, the planet, the stars, the trees, the water courses, the animals, the earth? We can't. So we're indebted to them. So that's why we live a good life. And living a good life, we are repaying that debt. So we have to show gratitude. There was a time when we were down and somebody was there to hold us by our hands and lift us up and put us on our feet. We must show that gratitude. And so, devotees, I'll give you this incident and conclude. Devotees, there's a story we heard from way back in primary school. But those things are so meaningful, very meaningful. There was this bird was sitting on the branch of a tree. And devotees, he was, after some time, began to fly over a river. He was looking for food. So, by looking down, he saw a leaf, but he thought it was food, a frog. So he swooped down to pick up that, what he thought was an animal. And when he realized it was a dry leaf, a yellow leaf, he threw it and it fell on dry land. But on that leaf was a tiny ant. And this ant was going down with the water and crying out for help. Who will hear ant? Who will hear the voice of an ant? He's crying out for help. And by this bird swooping and picking up the leaf and throwing it in the land, unknowingly he had saved a life. He had protected that ant. And so the day came when he was sitting on the branch of a tree. And devotees, not aware that a hunter was taking aim at him. And at that critical point when the hunter was about to release the arrow, that same ant whose life he had saved was right by a heel. The ant repaid gratitude. Hit him a sting or a bite, however you want to call it. And when that happened, his body, he felt, maybe that ant, they sting you or bite you, whatever they do, his body shifted and the arrow went astray. So unknowingly, a bird had repaid gratitude. An ant and a bird. The ant had repaid gratitude to the bird. So if animals could do that, what are big people like you, Homo sapiens, man the wise, who had the ability to think, to reason, to analyze, to rationalize, why can't we also show gratitude? Why shouldn't we? The devotee Bhagwan Sri Ram is demonstrating that. So now the Havan is in progress. Let us do one kirtan as we go, before we go to the arati. We ask Bhagwan Sri Ram to shower his mercy upon us and to give us all that we need to make life make sense. We join together, devotees. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Bolo Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Jai Jai Sita Ram. राम सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
बोलो सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम हे
सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम
जय जय सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
बोलो सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम बोलो सीता राम
सीता राम बोलो सीता राम
सीता राम जय जय सीता राम
सीता राम जय जय सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
हे सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम जय जय सीता राम
सीता राम जय जय सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
बोलो सीता राम सीता राम
सीता राम सीता राम
प्रेम से बोले श्री सीता रामचंद्र की. So at this point, devotees, we need to move on to our arti. And when I say Sita Ram, when I look to my left, I see Sita. Good to see you, Sita. Quite some time, doing good work. God bless. Keep it up. So devotees, सब कोई खड़ा हो जाए. Please all stand for Ramayana Arti.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सुरभि की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सुरभि की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सुरभि की गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद चारहु वेद पुराण अष्ट दश चहु शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस तन मन धन संतन के सर्वस हर यश सम्मत सबरी कलमल हरनि विषय रस की सुभर श्रृंगार मुक्ति युवती की हरि योग भव भूरि अवि की तात मात सबरिनि तुलसी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियति की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियति की
राम बोले, राम बोले, राम बोले, राम बोले, राम 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 बोले,
राम 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 बोले
ओ राम 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 बोले,
राम 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 बोले
राम बोले, हो राम बोले,
राम बोले राम बोले
राम बोले, राम बोले,
राम बोले राम बोले
राम 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 बोले,
राम 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 बोले
राम 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 परधामा, राम 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 गुण धामा, राम 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 राम
परधामा राम 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 गुण धामा
हे राम 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 राजा रामा, राम 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 रघुरामा,
राम 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 राजा रामा राम 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 रघुरामा
हे राम 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 सीता रामा, राम 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 हरे रामा,
राम 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 सीता रामा राम 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 हरे रामा
हे राम 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 जय रामा, राम 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 रामा, राम 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 रामा, राम 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 रामा, राम 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 राम, ओ राम 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 राम
राम बोले
राम बोले, राम बोले,
राम बोले राम बोले
राम बोले, राम बोले,
राम बोले राम बोले
राम 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 बोले,
राम 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 बोले
राम बोले,
राम बोले
सीता राम बोले,
सीता राम बोले
राजा राम बोले,
राजा राम बोले
ओ राम 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 बोले. Visarjan. Or you stand on the 2 feet of courage and manliness. With faith, belief, and love, pray for yourselves, your near and dear ones. Pray like Hanumanji. Pray for blessings, guidance, help, and especially protection. Ask the divine Bhagwan Shri Ram to give you the courage, the patience, the strength, the tolerance, the understanding, and the willpower to face up to the challenges of life and to overcome them successfully. Ask him to help you to make life make sense. O Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu, Mangalam Garudhvajam, Mangalam Pundarikaksha, मंगलाय तनो हरि। ओम आवाहनम ना जानामि विसर्जनम पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वर। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। ओम शांति शांति शांति। प्रेम से बोले श्री सीतारामचंद्र की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। आदि शक्ति स्वाहा माता की जय। उड़ैसा जगन्नाथ की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। बोले श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की शुभ मस्तु कल्याण मस्तु। आपको धन्यवाद सत्य आशीर्वाद। आप लोग बैठ जाएंगे। पाहि माम त्राहि माम। ओम तत्सत शक्ति शरणम। ब्लेस।